So I'm back from my enforced holiday away from YouTube, and boy oh boy did they pick a terrible time to ban me. So much has been going on. Let's do a quick catch up, because the way YouTube is going, this may well be my last ever video before they yeet me for another made up reason. Starting off with what feels like a lifetime ago, my country, Britain, made a terrible mistake and allowed a woman to be in charge of the nation, and within 44 days it became apparent she was a typical woman and didn't understand the concept of money, and very nearly destroyed the country by wanting to fund the country on credit cards, basically, you know, standard female financial practices. So that thought had to be patrolled immediately. So she has gone and picked up a new record for women to champion the planet over. The shortest living world leader in history who didn't die in office. So suck on that, Leah Thomas. Women can set records for women too, you know. Then we have Kanye West, who said something about cancel culture and who might have invented it, alluding to it maybe coming from a group of people who have an intense dislike of roller coasters or something. So these people who are scared of wooden doors decided to prove him right by taking away his bank accounts and his terrible shoes, while proclaiming everything he said was a lie, while proving it wasn't, which was a bit hard. Then you have this proud homosexualist who was a victim of a 2 a.m. booty call gone wrong, which is perfectly fine, who cares, eh? Well, maybe Nancy Pelosi might after being exposed as a beard, no wonder she's so drunk and angry all the time, but not the left-wing press, who are so disgusted at people seeing what is obviously going on, and this is a lover's tiff between two gay gentlemen. They are so disgusted they have gone on a campaign to say how despicable it is to say that someone might be gay. That's apparently a huge insult to a left-wing person. There's nothing worse than being called gay. They think it's something to be ashamed of. Oh, and all the cameras stopped working outside Paul Pelosi's house, just like when Big Jeff escaped from prison. Sorry, committed suicide. But then we go on to the big story of the week, and that is Elon Musk taking over Twitter in a $44 billion deal. And I knew this was going to be funny, but I didn't realize how funny and how quick it was going to be hilarious. But he immediately fired the woman who banned Trump. If looks could kill, eh? But they don't, so she was escorted out of the building immediately along with Pajit Agrawal, who is currently doing this right now, as he fired them in such a way that voids their contracts so they don't get the millions of dollars they were promised if they were told their services were no longer required. So that is absolutely hilarious. Then he started fact-checking Joe Biden. I haven't even got time to get into what lunacy Sleepy Joe has been getting up to, but he started fact-checking the shit out of Joe Biden and the White House, which enraged the left-wing soys, because fact-checking Trump every tweet he made, perfectly fine. But calling out their senile pedophile deity? Not cool. Not cool at all. And then he came up with Twitter Blue, a new paid-for service that will allow anyone to pay $8 a month to become verified and join the Blue Checkmark Brigade, and bring the era of some of the stupidest people alive thinking they are better than everyone else because they got verified on Twitter, and leveling the playing field somewhat. Oh, and the funniest thing about that, all the verified people on Twitter will have their coveted blue check marks taken off them if they don't pay Mr. Musk the $8 a month, which obviously caused one of the funniest meltdowns for a long time, which included verified checkmark accounts starting posting about how having a blue checkmark is like wearing a MAGA hat, and showing how horrible and racist and fascist you are, without realizing they were calling themselves these things, which I thought was great. But then we got onto the stupidest person on the planet, a big booty Latina called AOC, who pretends she's a politician but is in actuality just your regular e-girl thought. Now, AOC is lucky she was fairly hot in college, and the professors let her do some extracurricular activities under her desk so she could get her economics degree, because she appears to think the free in free speech means that it doesn't cost any money. So she is outraged that Elon Musk is charging people to talk. Oh my god, what a fascist. He hates free speech. Kind of sad that 700k people like that tweet. People really are stupid. Anyway, that's an abbreviated version of the near constant meltdown the left are having after a guy bought Twitter and wants it to be neutral and not favour either side. So let's talk about my ban, seeing as that is a video title after all. So on the 19th of October, I got an email telling me that a video I made way back in July this year about some guy running for office, funny campaign advert, I'm not mentioning his name or what the advert was about, he was basically saying the left were racist in a hilarious way, you can read it on the screen, was being removed for violent and graphic content content. Which of course it didn't have anything like that in. This is a comedy channel. I like laughing at all the stupid stuff that happens in the world. I don't want to incite people or tell them to commit crimes. You could watch my videos on a loop for the rest of your life and never come to the conclusion that I'm saying anything like that in them. And that meant I had a second strike added to the channel and I was now banned for 2 weeks. So I appealed the matter because this was obvious horseshit, which was instantly rejected, of course. So I went on Twitter and asked Team YouTube to have a look at this obvious mistake. Because when a giant corporation accuses you of actual crimes, well, they are in my country anyway, with real jail time. Unless they are lying, then they have a legal obligation to contact the authorities, of course. So it took a couple of days, but YouTube came through and said it was totally a mistake on their side and my channel would be fully unbanned and the strike would be removed. Thank you, YouTube. Very cool. Only I wasn't unbanned and the strike remains on my channel and they spent 2 weeks fobbing me off pretending they were looking into it, so the ban was completely on purpose and they decided to lie about it for some reason. Probably because they thought it was funny, I don't know. Oh, and they also banned me for 16 days instead of the standard 14 days because, of course, when someone is banned by mistake, they have to be punished more than the people who have actually broken the rules. Of course. So the current state of play is this channel is basically unusable until January the 18th, which is when my second strike runs out, as they last for 90 days. And as YouTube like to loudly remind me on the back end, just one more strike will result in the permanent deletion of the entire channel. And obviously, some pathetic soy at Google is monitoring this channel. So I will be very surprised if it makes it that far. They'll find a reason to get rid of me. Can't let me grow too big and start talking to a wider audience with all my wrong think, can they? So what's next? Should I turn this channel into a child molesting enthusiast channel like Vaush and his clones and get fully monetized and favorable treatment from YouTube? Nah, I don't want to do that. Should I tell everyone to go over to Rumble and Odyssey and subscribe there? Nah, don't be silly. I know everyone just uses them as landing sites for when their favourite YouTube streamer is banned. No one actually uses them as actual platforms. They're a joke. What I am interested in is Twitter, because obviously, when it comes out, I am immediately getting a blue check mark so I can lord it over unverified plebs like Stephen King and AOC. But in his pitch for the service, Musk said, when you sign up for Twitter Blue, you can post longer videos because the limit over there currently is 2 minutes 20 seconds. And my videos aren't long, but they're always longer than that. So it looks like he's trying to maybe make Twitter become a competitor to YouTube and TikTok. He's already said he's bringing back Vine, so it might be a good idea to get in there as one of the first, see if it takes off. If you're on Twitter, you can follow me there. I'm Biden Superfan 1, of course I am. Links are also in the description. And as for this channel, maybe I'll make a couple of videos, but they got to be super vanilla, which isn't funny. It was a good run, but we were just way too funny for YouTube. Even though I always tried to stay within the rules that they set, they're looking to get rid of me now. So that is going to happen. I've already made my peace with the fact that this channel is gone. They're going to make something else up and yeet me from the platform. I'm absolutely certain of that. So follow me on Twitter and see what happens there. You should all be on Twitter at the moment anyway. If you like this channel, you will absolutely love the constant spaghetti being spilt by the left because their hug box is being taken away from them. It is hilarious. A new golden age of trolling is happening right now over there. So that's it for today's video. Follow me on Twitter and see how Elon Musk's plans pan out. Could be funny. And fuck you, YouTube, you bedwetting pieces of shit. Thanks, boy.